Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am No Face Girl, and today's video isn't really going to be a vlog. It's going to be more on my quote-unquote bullying story. Kind of a vlog, kind of not. I'll be mostly talking about my past with bullying and what I've gone through. So let's get started. Basically what happened is it started in 3rd grade. I'd say a very awkward and quiet kid. I had no friends at that point because I was very introverted. And I should add that my teacher, for some psychotic reason, didn't like me. And she let the kids be mean to me. The kids, I guess, started a rumor that I picked my nose, which at that point was true. And everyone started to avoid me and call me by a name that kind of triggers me, but I'm still going to try to say it. The name I was called was Burger Girl, and that name continued throughout elementary school. And in 7th grade, once a kid who knew of the rumor and probably still believed in it came into the school I went to for middle school. And then I met who became my boyfriend at the time, and he had told me that, well, later on had told me that kids always asked him why he was with, quote-unquote, the ugly girl, meaning me. Look, I did not know of that, at least, but still, very hurt that no one wanted to be near me. Sure, 3rd grade wasn't too much, but still. And I'll get to the 4th grade the next year, 4th grade, in the next clip. Bye. I am back, and now I will be going into the 4th grade part of my bullying story. With 4th grade came worse. It was worse for me at that point. I had started going into depression because of really personal stuff that was going on back then. And on top of that, I still had no friends. I didn't really talk to anyone apart from my boyfriend at that time. He was perhaps the only person I would talk to normally. Of course, our demon teacher, 3rd grade, held him back. I will never know why. Because she retired that same year. So, and I wouldn't have asked since I hated her guts. Anyways, as life went on, that year is more the same. I was avoided. I was called names. I don't really remember much from that year, apart from being really sad and stuff. Only words I remember is the one word that I mentioned in the last clip. Yeah, I felt very uncomfortable saying that word. And yeah. Anyways. And from that, it was 2 girls, a guy, 2 girls in one group, a girl and 2 guys in another, who were the main ones who bullied me that year. Yeah, I thought I was a majority of things, and that was around the time where I started thinking I was ugly. I mean, I kinda, don't you dare say that at me. Anyways. And I started believing that, well, no one liked me, which, well, wasn't really true since I had Steven. Sorry about that. But yeah, that was his name. And I won't say his last name because that's way too incriminating, and also that's not correct. If he finds this video, he will probably throw me. Well, not literally, of course. That's always an exaggeration. If I ever say that in any other clips, that's an exaggeration. Going back. God, what am I doing? Anyways, I'd say maybe my first depressive episode. That was really bad since it went on for the entire school year. But truthfully, it was more the same apart from the depression. And also the fact that I didn't really like myself during that point until I met a girl named Madison. She later used me for my money, but we'll get to that later. Anyways, she was my first friend apart from Steven, who, like I said, was my boyfriend at the time. She was my first friend ever. And yes, I can say that had me open up more. We'll get that in the next clip, which is 5th grade. So for now, I will see you later. Hey, I'm back, and now this is the next part to my bullying story, aka 5th grade. Basically, what happened in 5th grade, it wasn't as bad as the other 2 years I've covered so far. Apart from like one instance, I had heard two people, one named Jalen, another one, I can't remember his name, I don't think I ever knew it. They had been mean to a guy, I think named, can't remember it. And I told them to stop, and they then turned on me, calling me by that name. And that was the first, and for a long time after that, the only time I stood up for someone because I was afraid. I was afraid I was going to get bullied again, and a couple of times I had. Though that year wasn't as bad, there was still one thing that I ended up doing that could have resulted in me no longer being here. Let's just say I tried to do the thing. I'm gonna need to add a trigger warning to this video now. And that's respect. Anyways, sorry, this is probably gonna be the shortest clip of them all. So next clip will be 6th grade. Bye. Okay, this is now my 6th grade part of my bullying story. I'm sorry that this is taking so long to post. I've not only had not much motivation, I've just been working on a lot of things and been busy. So let's just get on to it. 6th grade I thought was going to be a pretty good year. I was very wrong. It first started out with someone named David who called me ugly a lot. I finally reported him and he stopped. Didn't apologize or anything, but he stopped at least. And for a couple months I was fine. I thought I was no longer going to be bullied. Until I found out of a rumor that was spreading about me. It was a lot of things. That I was ugly, fat, lesbian, transgender, a slut, a bad singer, and a lot of other things. 2 people, one of which who would later have betrayed me, told me. And let me tell you, I was in so much shock I felt my legs turn to jelly. Not literally. And yeah, that sucked. That started off on a lot of things. Basically being bullied almost every day. Wasn't as often, but it was still a good amount of the time. Why did I say every day then? And then that rumor ended, and I got together who had been my boyfriend at the time. His ex, had started the next rumor. My boyfriend's ex started a rumor that he was manipulative and that I was a whore. Of course, not true. She was just jealous of us. Speaking of, said boyfriend is now my ex, but we are still very close friends. to continue, the final rumor that year, I have no idea who started it or what it was about. I had that weird little feeling that it was something bad or something maybe from elementary, though I doubt that. But all I can say is that that year was decent, I'd say. Oh, what did I have in store for me next year? And that will be the next clip. Bye. This is now the 7th grade part for my bullying story. There's probably going to be a good chunk of trigger warnings that I'm going to have to put in this video after this one. That's not supposed to be funny. Anyways. 7th grade was really bad, considering not only that I find out that my grandmother had passed away over the summer, I was also diagnosed with mild depression. And something I still struggle with today. And then at the start of that school year, I'm not even sure who started it, but someone spread a rumor that not only was I murderous, I would hurt someone and that I did something naughty, none of which was true, at least at that time. I'm not saying that I am. No. I'm not any of that. I am mentally stable. Sort of. Depression and anxiety, that's all I'm gonna say. Anyways. And that caused a holy crap ton of bullying to come to me. I was called almost every name under the sun, insulted in almost every way. I was called ugly, fat, slut, whore. I think I was called a skank once or twice. I was told that no one likes me. I was told to stop smiling at some time, like once. Told I looked like a prostitute. I don't know. But the main insult, at least one of the main insults, was that people told me to go disappear, or go off myself, or I'm just going to say one of the main ones, to go and kill myself. And you can only assume where that led. I had started self-harming that year too. At least, I relapsed. It was really bad. All the way to the point where I actually tried again to commit. I won't go into details to that because I don't want to trigger anyone more than I probably already have. And that bullying continued all throughout the year. I never really stood up for myself or anything because I was too afraid to. And it happened so fast that I couldn't do much. And the only time I actually remember reporting two of the bullies, of the many that there were two of my older bullies, one of which was a friend who betrayed me. Later on, they both apologized, though. I accepted it. We're not friends, though, neither of them. We don't even go to the same school anymore. So, yeah, I just have to deal with that. And I gotta deal with those memories for a long time, too. That ruined my self-esteem. Let's just say I still believe everything they have said. Well, most of it at least. I definitely don't believe some of it, like that I should go disappear anymore. I got out of that thing. So sometimes I still do fall back into it. But that's just highs and lows. Anyways, I guess this is about it of what 7th grade was. Yeah. So I'll see you in the next clip. Bye. Alright, so this is now the 8th grade clip for my bullying story. So basically what happened then, it was a fairly decent year. I was pushed around. It was physical-ish. It was more pushing, not really any beating or hitting or anything. And I was called all the nicknames from last year and all that. I didn't let them get to me as much, though. Sometimes. And I guess the thing that hurt me the most that year would be probably just one day where Oh, nice job remembering that, May. First day of school, more like. Let's start there. First day of school, I found two of my old inmates named Damien and Jaylyn. They saw me, and Jaylyn set out a long ew and then called me gross girl. And Damien, frankly, did the same. And then for about 4 days after, Damien was rather mean to me. I can't remember some of the things he said, but two of the things that he said the day before I actually reported him to the bus driver was that I was ugly and a bitch. So, and then after I reported him, as the bus went by, he flipped me off. And now I feel kind of hurt remembering that. Nice. Anyways, he later excused it all by saying that he was just trying to be nice and say hi. Is that really being nice? No, it really isn't. Ruining someone's self-esteem, just trying to say hi isn't really nice. It's like, oh yeah, you're self then. And no, I was just trying to say hi. No, you weren't. You were trying to be mean. Anyways, and then another thing was that some guy named Jordan started being seriously mean to me. He'd call me a lot of names. He'd call me slut whore. He told me to go off myself once. He said that no one likes me once. And one day, and the day that another time happened, I can't remember what he called me that day. But Jaylyn had later said in the year that I should go off myself and called me by that name that I disclosed way back in the start of the video. Anyways, Jaylyn that day asked, why am I still here? And I actually thought, why am I still here? I should just leave. And that night, I counted my pills. There were 4, so there was no hope even trying. And more trigger warnings. Anyways, the bullying apart from those instances was normal. And then I went into a very bad low. I was having bad thoughts. I was having those thoughts. I think I relapsed again. And people just seemed meaner to me. And then COVID smacked us all in the face. And that was perhaps the best last part of the year I've ever had doing online. Though I also hated online. So, I may have hated online, but the stress was a lot lower. Anyways, 9th grade is the final one, which is this year. So, I'll see y'all later. Bye. Hello, and this is the final part to my bullying story, which is 9th grade. 9th grade was actually not bad so far. Apart from like one low that was caused not by bullying, I had a pretty decent year. Yes, there was still bullying, and on the first day I was there, some guys at Wendy's had been mean to me as I was leaving. One of the guys had said I was leaving, basically that I had a flip phone to get the F word out of there. Yeah, that did not make me feel nice. I feel like he indirectly was calling me poor. But I can say, flip phones are really cool. Anyways, I guess the 2 worst times this year so far were from the same girl on the bus. The girl's name was Kaylee, and and this was recent too. The first time she had called me, well, both times she had, you know what, I'm gonna just do a quick move, because I've written this all down in something I used to write down my days with. There's almost some incriminating info in there, or at least info that would reveal who I am. Now, anyways, it's my diary at the moment. I can't show you what's in it because, well, obviously it's my diary, but I can read to you the parts where that stuff happened. I just gotta find them. Here it is. So here's the first one. Basically what happened was that 3 girls were making fun of me, named Kaylee, Ariana, and Sarah, though it was mainly Kaylee. Kaylee kept calling me by the name of Peggy, which is a combination of Pegger and Ugly. Pegger, of course, and then instead of my name, they called me Peggy. They were also saying that how I told a girl on Zoom that I was going to peg them, that I was picking my nose when my mask was over my nose. And they also said that I was using my cattail in a not so good way. And I wasn't. It's a clip-on tail. And my friend stood up to them. And it seriously did hurt a lot. And that same day, I also found out of a rumor that Kaylee was spreading from one of my friends. Kaylee had come up to my friend and asked if her and I were friends, and said I was gonna peg someone, and called her and said it was a sexual thing. So I am just, yeah. And then I'd say about a couple weeks, I was fine. She didn't do anything to me. I gotta go find the next one. Oh, that's an angle. Ah, found it. Alright, the next one was also on the bus. Same girl. So, that day, Kaylee was throwing mints at me the entire bus ride. And then she said to my very close friend that she needs to learn to count. And that's probably the first time I ever actually said something about her. At least that where she could have heard. Somehow she didn't. I will never know why. I basically told my close friend, almost revealed her name there, that Kaylee probably couldn't count past 25. That's such a weirdly specific number. I will never know why I said that. Then she told my close friend to stop being friends with the furries and the Pegleys, obviously meaning me, probably, and some of my friends that we're both friends with. And then she called me Pegly and dead named me. And then finally she accused me of sexting with my friend and dating him too. And I'm not doing either. I'm already dating someone else. And what the fuck? I would never, ever, ever do that. It's disgusting. So, yeah. Those were just two of the worst instances so far. That's actually it of this video, so I will now be saying goodbye, so bye.